Welcome to 7 Days to Die, where the points don't matter and blah 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 blah. What do we want to do here? So, I think we're getting ready to try to break the laws of physics. It's a lot of resources we got. It's dawn, yay, I don't really care right now. Getting ready to go downstairs. So, quick preview for people who are new here. Here is our world. There we know. So let's go over a few things first. We started over here. And then, since it was like freezing, and we saw that there's a trader here, we went up to here and we decided to set up a base over here. Now, it turns out there was another trader over the hill here that we just couldn't see at the time. But this, so far, I think has worked out fairly well. It's an actual flat area. And we have access to that trader. Slight problem. There's no roads over here. We've tried exploring, no sign of towns. So we tried to go north along the road. We followed the road, and 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 there's still nothing as of up there. So we said, okay, let's go the road. So we followed the road, we followed the road, we followed the road, we followed into the wasteland, followed the road. I don't know what's up there. We didn't see anything. Immediately we tried following the road again and went up that way. Still no sign of a city or whatever going there. So I said, let's go towards the hub, and because there used to be a hub city. So hey, I ran across here, and voila, there is something there. That might be completely accidental. I don't know. And I decided to set up another little secondary base there, so I could loot this whole town/city thing. And there's another trader down there. Now, problem. Getting across this lake, this river, technically lake, sucks. Getting across that sucks. Having to go this whole distance every day is also kind of bad. So I've been working on a tunnel. I've built a tunnel that's from over here all the way over to there. And then I built a tunnel going from up to there. Because you notice, like, even if we followed the road would eventually, to get down to there, we'd have to go woo, woo, and something up there, maybe, and maybe, hopefully come back over here to maybe that connects to that. I don't even know. That's a really, really, really circuitous route. So the hope... And the mini bike will not go across the water, and following the roads does not help. There's just too many lakes. I mean, think about this. This entire thing, from up there, down to here, down this way, is all cut off. You can't get across. The only spot you can get across is up there. So you have to go all the way over there and around and down. And then even once you get down here, you can't just cross over here. You have to go around and up to there. So it's pretty annoying. So, like I said, we built a tunnel east from there, and I'm building a tunnel north from here, and then right around there, I suddenly hit water. A plus 84 elevation here, but the water goes down to bedrock over there. So we're going to try to violate physics and build an underground concrete tunnel. We'll see if we are successful at doing so. But that is why I'm building the tunnel in the first place, because these lakes really suck. I don't know why the block cuts off so much there. And even if we had wound up setting up base over here, we still would have had to cross that every time to get over to there, and it sucks crossing water. And it's too deep to realistically bridge. No idea how this is going to go. I might die horribly. Oh yes, and we're currently level 108 at the start of day 27. And our base should be fine. We have over 500 hunting rifle shots with a purple hunting rifle. We can make tons of steel crossbow bolts or arrows. We can see that there's a little bit of water down here. I guess I should have brought some hay bales. People mentioned using those to clean up water. I don't know if that works. Oh well. So you can see there is water at the ground here. So, behold. So we want to come like over there to start. We still can't grab it yet, so I hope I don't regret this. Water does not seem to be going beyond that, so that's good, I guess. No, we're gonna just go for it. As long as the water's not going down the tunnel, we're kind of okay. This is pretty hilarious though, I gotta admit. We're going to go one higher than this, don't we? Okay, and then we had these up there, basically. So we want 3 high. I think we've successfully made it through. But we're going to have to clean up this whole area. We want to fix some of this stuff, don't we? Yeah, I'll be frank, I'm not the most comfortable just having the sand here, so... But we only have 16 more frames right now. So part of the question is what actually needs to be dealt with. I think this is technically okay. Right. This kind of makes me incredibly nervous, but apparently it works. So we're going to try something now. This is something people mentioned. Okay. I'm going to basically try to force the water out of existence. And we have, well, we have not successfully cleaned up the water. I thought we managed to clean up the water through sheer willpower. It's not quite done. Okay, so we're going surrounded by some concrete. I'd really feel better, like, cementing that whole area, technically. I only have 16 more frames right now, though. I don't think this pickaxe isn't gonna make it all the way through. Because we need to get up to about 100, and we need to go over another 100 meters north. That ain't happening. And we notice that on this side we're at 516, and on this side we're at 515. So we can go back to our main base and finish the tunnel from there, using this knowledge. Let's see, we've lost another 3 durability. Just wish the roads were a little less crazy and the lakes weren't so all-encompassing. Like, I'm fine with a lake there, or even a... Yeah. It's like it's the Mississippi or Missouri River or something. Down to 505. 79 points to spend right now. $502. Any hit now, we're not going to finish it off in one shot. There we go. Alright, time to leave. Let's see if our plan here worked this time. That seemed to work. We now have a tunnel underneath the lake, secured with sand on too many sides for my liking right now, but I guess the ability to do completely impossible things like that makes me feel a little bit better about the fact that we don't have any scuba gear or something that I could use to haul down blocks to build the tunnel properly. Because that's what you'd do, right? You'd go down to the bottom of the lake, set up the blocks, fill it in, and then when you open the mine shaft, you only have the water contained in that segment that you could then drain somehow. Okay, what do I want to take? I need to figure out what I want to take back to the main base here. Lots of raw resources. Yesterday was very productive, both leveling and resource-wise. We have 3 forges running. We might actually want to set up a second cement mixer, I'm not sure. What to take back? None of that, really, so guess I'm just gonna bring back more stone. Kinda seems like might as well. We'll leave some over here. Because one of the things I'm worried about is I don't want a situation where Don't want a situation where a horde decides to pass, through the lake and winds up collapsing the tunnel, with a few hits on sand. I want to actually make them work for it if they're going to do that. So I might wind up change that entire tunnel to be concrete fortified at some point. Also, we're nearly starving, so getting back would be good. And I think our crops might have grown by this point. We'll be able to find out. Part of what I'm doing here is I'm just getting ready for a massive overhaul of the base, as I've mentioned in past videos. Then I'm planning on extending the concrete wall several layers out, basically concreting the terrain out for a bit as well. But why to take the time to destroy the spikes when the zombies will do it for me? And the current situation I have with steel walls should be more than sufficient for now. So last time we didn't see anything except normal zombies and, dogs, but you see dogs once in a while, a few dogs. This time I'm guessing we might see a few cops. I don't know, I'm still not thrilled with the idea that you can make the game easier by not leveling. And say, hey, I'm gonna bump my scavenging up, then I'm gonna build a really weak base that doesn't need much defense. And then I'll just scavenge and keep my level low. And not bother killing zombies, that way the hordes are easy indefinitely, like... I've mentioned before, I don't like the idea so much of a game with multiple difficulty levels having the game then scaled to the players. If you are used to difficulty 3, right, on the older versions, and then you said, let's try difficulty, 4, it was immediately harder. And if you then went back to difficulty 3, it felt easier. And obviously things like HP values and stuff there's still probably a difference there. But in the old days, if you just flat out did better, you were rewarded by things just being flat out easier. You didn't sorry. You didn't suddenly have zombie cops show up a week earlier or whatever. Ooh, they showed up in week 5 last time. Look, I'm even better prepared. I'm nearly ready for them on week 4. What do you mean they showed up on week 4 this time? That kind of stuff. Especially since it's not like the players can see the game stage calculations without having to go into the debug mode or something. I need to come back for that. I see our forest grew in. That's nice. Cop spread is actually one of the main problems I have with the way that I added those walls up. That's going to actually be a problem unless I do something about it. Do I have sand in here as well? Yes. What is in here? More fertilizer. Where did the stone go? Add in all this good stuff. Doubt we'll ever actually use the pistol, but I'm putting that in there for now. Food crate gets that. Rebar frames go in here. Concrete mix needs to go back down here. We should need to go skin the wolf. How are we looking? Over here. You could use more iron. You could use more iron. The other ones don't really matter. Okay, so we have all of that. And then we output the cement, should take an hour to do. Then we should grab the hoe, we have fertilizer, we have the extra fertilizer here, just going to take a while for all of this. You have an hour left of fuel, you have 2 hours left, you have even more, so we're fine there. Got 8 meat, a lot of stuff from that. Okay, and we also need to repair the pickaxe, which means we need to make a new pickaxe. We're also about to starve, so we might want to do something about that. That'll hold us long enough. And then I needed... Did I have any steel over here? No. So I need some wood. So I think I might have made a steel pickaxe already, didn't I? Have an extra one? Yes, see, we're good actually. Wood steel can go there, wood can go there. Combine the pickaxe. Voila. I am hungry. I guess I timed that perfectly with the... Wait, what did I just start? The trees grew proud and strong. I hope everything's grown at this point. Except these new ones. These are grown. Pick up 2 potato. Did I just not plant anything there? Maybe not. Mushrooms are not grown. The yucca fruit is grown. Coffee beans are grown. This corn is grown. Paste. So we got 6 potatoes. So that we're gonna make do without meat stew for a bit longer. And so we got those mushrooms. I'm having trouble figuring out what I'm actually helping here. How do I tell what's actually fertilized? I think all of this should have been fertilized at least, so we're going to start with that. Coffee beans, don't think we really need to do any more of that, so let's make... That should all be fertilized. And then ears of corn. Start with 40 and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean, corn's all you need for cornbread, I think, right? Assuming that's still a thing. Okay, that should be good enough, I think. A lot of corn got planted there, and we can make a lot of cornmeal here. We have coffee beans too. And we can go continue our tunnel. We need more crucibles. Because you see how before, if there's a cop exploding, we could duck in more easily, but now with these walls around, that's harder. That actually is a potential problem. Okay, so we grew the yucca fruit, yay. We have a bunch of it, it's not really too important. We could make coffee, I guess. We'll make a few things of coffee. How long does the wood spike burn? That's much better. Wait, doesn't it take like 20... It takes like 20 wood spikes for that, so that's not actually so great. I wish there's a better way of handling this. Let's make the coffee. We'll make the cornbread. We're nearly done with. You go down here. Don't really need the wrench for the moment. Or the hoe. And we are one short for the water, apparently. Okay, so that's more than enough. We're good. And then the coffee. We'll grab the coffee. I think that gives you a slight wellness penalty, doesn't it? Yeah, it's fine. But I guess we're actually going to have a food problem pretty soon. What can I do in the meantime? So crucible. Crucible takes 10 mechanical parts, 40 forged iron, and a bunch of clay and stone. So just gonna make 2 of them, like so. We can still make more mechanical parts of our own. We have a mining helmet that's not as great. We can hopefully upgrade that later. Armor crafting's at 350. I mean, maybe we should get a new poncho as well. Don't know. We said gunsmith is something we're going to want, right? We don't have the required skill points to get it up to rank 9. But we're about to. Okay, so let's just take these and go. How about that? We can eat the cornbread as we go. Cornbread still gives... yeah. So with 12 cornbread, we get 60 fullness, which is the same as the meat stew, and we get 4.8 wellness. So we get nearly as much wellness as we get 80% of the wellness as the meat stew. So the meat stew's better overall, but the cornbread's gonna work out just fine, I think. Probably should have had a drink of water. Running. Find it hilarious how we apparently don't even need a light source down here. I think it's because the tunnel's so long that the light counts as shining in from the end there, because you see where it hasn't loaded? It's not dark rock down there, that's like the edge of the world. So how far have we come, you wonder? We've gone from there over to here now. So no, we aren't able to go to the more direct route as the crow flies, but we're also not dealing with the water, or not dealing with the hills. We can actually ride a mini bike down this, should we so desire. We're working on our athletic skill running around like this. And here's where we get to be embarrassed because we messed up and we dug at the wrong area. See, that's 514 and 515. That's not what we want. We want 1 over. So we're just going to basically seal that up. Like, I checked, I'm like, okay, I'm in 515, but I forgot that you can be in the same section of the tunnel and have a report different coordinates depending upon whether you're on the east or west side of that tunnel, even when it's only 1 wide. So this isn't the end of the world. See, 516 and 520, this is the one we want. We would have been 1 off if we had gone the other way. We'll level up any swing here. Coffee gives us caffeine buzz. I wonder what the actual effect of caffeine buzz is. Is it the same as is it the same as beer, where it gives you like 1 stamina per second, or is it something else? Alright, let's drink. That's quite the initial jolt. So to give us an immediate 100 stamina, and we're not able to drop in stamina now. So 3 minutes of mining. 3 minutes of mining is 36 meters that we can go. see this. We'll have this for about another 2 minutes. So I guess what, every 120 swings basically we get another 6,000 stone, and we get another 480 iron. I'm gonna progress slowly. We don't have any meat stew for another 2 days. We're saving the meat for that. We'll just eat cornbread in the meantime. We have a whole bunch of corn and potatoes planted. So those 6 potato seeds we planted, I believe, with the fertilized soil, I think they will wind up giving us 4 each, I think, instead of 2. So 24 potatoes. Don't want to waste this caffeine buzz to keep checking the map. I do wonder how close we are to the next athletics. So basically, if you had 4 coffees, you could conceivably just outrun the horde all night, probably. But if there are dogs or bears, I don't know if that would still hold true. Coffee buzz is worn off. Their stamina's going back down. Why am I rocking back and forth? Because this builds athletic skill. Because just be using the pickaxe doesn't actually give you athletic skill, but distance travel does. The last strike of minor 69, are we able to make decent progression here? So yeah, another thing I guess that kind of annoys me, so if you know what you're doing and you maximize the most out of every day and you gather as efficiently as possible and build efficiently, right, and thus you get higher levels because you do more stuff, you then get harder things even if you're not trying to. Again, if you want that, go to a higher difficulty is kind of what I tend to be thinking, and I'm fine. I've played a game or 2 on the highest difficulty here, and I'd probably turn the difficulty after this game. So we probably need to go to like there. So we still might have another 50 meters to go, roughly. And how's our athletics looking? At least we're nearly to 58. Look, we're doing athletics, we're moving, we're walking. See, athletics 58 right there. 2 more until we can get sexual traumasaurs. cobblestone because it kind of looks like gravel. See, we can tell that this is legitimate gravel, not sand, not actual sand, and that should have been what cued me in that something bad was about to happen. It's like, this is just pure sand, it's not gravel. I just didn't fathom that the lake would actually come down to bedrock. Let's look at this. So this entire thing's like an island, it looks like, probably, or something like that. Just look at all that water. Holy cow. I can't drink another thing of coffee, but hey, did we make it? We made it. We made it. Let's go see if there's anything else we want to bring back from the other base. Let's explore a glorious tunnel. So what does stuff like this means? It means that as long as we can get back to this base by nightfall, we're safe taking the tunnel back to our main base, for example. So that means we don't have to be back to our main base we get an extra hour or two of traveling. We don't have to cross the river, for example. Alright, so for here, map-wise, to our secondary base, we still have like another kilometer to go. So this is about half the tunneling we'll need to do total. I don't think athletics helps when you're going straight up. I think it's only horizontal distance that counts. Alright, so we'll grab all of you. There's really no need to have this over here. We can keep the ladder here, I guess. And keep the flagstone block in case that's needed for a quick patch or something. So we started this run at about 1930. Let's see how long it takes. That's when we basically hit the bottom there, give or take a few minutes. Let's call it 1915 when we got to the base and then fell down. So let's see how long it takes us to get to the other end. Are you enjoying the lovely scenery here? There's the water. probably want to shave off the corner there so it's easier for a mini bike to go around the corner. Athletics, we're about 20% of the way through 58. Also about to start dying of thirst or whatever. I am thirsty, drink fluids. Okay, well, water up ahead. Oh wait, we should drink some coffee, right? Coffee is fluids. Oh wait, no, that'll be worse. I don't actually drink coffee in real life, so maybe coffee does make you thirstier. I don't know, I've never really drank it. And this run is taking a while, isn't it? We'll test and see how much time we're actually saving, but I think we're about to hit the end. It's going to take us like an hour and a half to run this distance, it looks like. See, it's already basically an hour and a half that we actually need to go up, right? So here we are. And we can grab that. I don't know, put the gold rod there. Put this stuff away. Let's grab the gold rod back. Let's grab all of that back. So our steel pickaxe still has about another 200 meters it can go, roughly. 200 meters would take like 18 minutes, which means it should be fine overnight, I think, if I'm calculating this correctly, especially since we actually need to get back there in the first place. Sell price 39, woohoo. You're full. You have like 7 days worth of fuel left. You have like 5. You have plenty too. Okay. So we do need more iron here. I mean, really, actually, given that this is for steel, primarily, how are our crucibles going? They're done. Most excellent. This is screamer outside. Oh, you don't even have an anvil. Sorry, that's kind of funny. You have an anvil at least. So that is a bunch of zombies, like a horde walking past our base. So we're gonna just not worry about them. While we munch on this delicious cornbread. Cornbread. See, it's not like we were gonna go out and fight them with 10 minutes left in the day. And they may despawn if we go far enough away. It's nighttime, and then, I don't know, we'll probably in the morning, we'll go and test the run back to see how long it takes. Crossing the water and all. It'll be interesting to find this stuff out, and we'll be mining on the other side here. I admit I did think this tunnel would be a bit faster, though I guess in one sense we are adding on nearly 50% extra time, right, or 40% extra time, because we can't take the hypotenuse. If one base was directly south of another, it would be less of an issue. Directly east or whatever. I don't even want to imagine trying to mine in a diagonal, though. You have to make it a lot longer, or you have to make it a lot wider or something. Now crossing, or now going underneath the river. Hey, athletics is over halfway to the next one, thanks for all this running. Aha, here we are, at long last. If you're wondering why did we level so much yesterday compared to today, the answer is those iron rocks, because those give you so much more per swing. I suspect that's one of the main reasons. my stamina gets low, I'll actually figure out. I should still be on the same. It's a lot of gravel. To make sure the gravel does not collapse on top of our head. This is a coal deposit, it looks like. So right now we're getting 59 every second and a half, or about 40 XP per second, basically. If we're digging clay, we'd be getting about twice that. Our mining tool skill is also maximized, so we won't get any more XP boosts from that either, technically. So if corn takes about 3 days to grow, let's say, and if it's non-fertilized, that means every corn we plant yields 2 extra, right? Assuming you replant one of the 3 seeds. So, cornbread gives 7 fullness. Let's say you need 100% per day. I think it's a little bit less than that, but let's just say you do. So, 7 each, you'd need 15 cornbread, basically, right? So, because you don't actually need the full thing, and because that's actually a little overkill, we'll say you need 14 cornbread. That means you need 7 corn. 2 extra per day, which means you need to plant 21 to maintain an even supply of cornbread. So there's our number. If you harvested it absolutely perfectly, and you planted 21 things of corn, you'd indefinitely supply yourself with cornbread. Oh no, our coffee buzz wore off. What do you want to do tomorrow? I don't know, we'll probably head back to the town and scavenge a bit. Level 111. I think we're technically near broke with money right now, aren't we? We'll be able to sell at least a few things to the trader. And we'll spam out machete blades or something that's needed. There we have the whole 516 to 515. That tells us when we start digging west from that base down there, when we can stop digging. I don't think we're going to take another coffee. Athletics, like 1.4 to go. mining helmet makes a big difference here. So we're down to, how much did it go down our pickaxe? Well, 0.99 repeating is equal to 1, isn't it? So, it's weird that it would show that. Still got a bunch of hits though. Final rank of toolsmithing will cost 30, so we'll need 55 points available for that, plus sexual tyrannosaurus, so it's another 3 levels, so then we'll have 30 extra points on top of that available for whatever we want. Gunsmithing is probably going to be another priority, though we'll only be able to get that up to, so gunsmiths will at least allow us to combine up to 550, right? I'll worry about that if we're actually combining, because we're not there yet. Also, compound bow doing is still another 244 shots, it looks like. Still one shot, yep. I managed to make a decent dent here. So from that trader we've gone 100 meters already. Is that it though? I guess so. So there's a long way to go. You know what would be fantastic is if we got down to the other end and we tried to dig underneath the river and we found that that also went all the way down to bedrock. Also, I'm being sarcastic there in case it wasn't obvious. So at like 3:30 we'll head back, probably. Maybe like 3:20. Double 112. So for the last one I think we were about level probably in the 80 to 85 range, so now we'll see what kind of increase in difficulty we get here. I admit that that's kind of annoying to be wondering along those lines instead of saying, well, it's the week 4 horde, so therefore it's going to be hard. It's like, nope, it just is because you're a higher level, basically. I think there's also days since you last died calculation, but so we've gone there, but we still obviously have to get all the way down to there and then cross the water. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hey look, you can see the sunrise over there through the ground. We got under half Durblin on our pickaxe too, so it's a good thing we're leaving. Time for another combine. Alright, here we end the video and we're ready for the dawn.